Good morning.
Hey.
Month is ending. Like in a few days from now, it's April 29th. We're talking about the top 100 used car dealers, Tesla and China doing a deal, and some new EV insights from a company you may have heard about.
You know, you may think that Paul and I kind of like get up, we chat for a little while, you know, we kind of check in on our weekends, but normally, no, that's not how it is. When Paul says good morning on a Monday morning, it's like, oh, good morning to you.
Sometimes that's the first words that we have one another. Hey, can you see my hat? Can you see the hat?
Oh, stop.
So what I did was this was one of the limited edition hats that we made when we did the crowdfund for episode of More Than Cars, and I dyed the leather black over the weekend, and it just looks.
That is just dope. That's
yeah.
I need that.
Nathan, our producer, is saying I must have one. This is a one of one. I made this. This is a Paul Daly PJD custom.
I need that.
I'll make you one.
I'll
make you one though, Nathan.
Wow.
I'll make you one. I have some dye. I used it to paint the sneakers for ASOTU CON last year. Hey, did we mention ASOTU CON? We are 2 weeks from today. I'll be in a car driving down to Baltimore. Are you driving or are you flying?
Wait, You're 2 weeks from today? It'll be over, right? No. 2 weeks from today. Sorry, that was 3 weeks.
We're all messed up.
I'm still sideways.
We're messed.
Yeah. We're flying. I decided to fly. We were going to take the drive thing, but it was like, we're going to stay an extra night somewhere.
I feel like you've chosen wisely. My drive isn't that bad. I'm like 5.5.
Yeah, no.
Which is like just not worth it with 4 kids to fly.
2 solid days of road tripping. You know, we'd have
like each other, but you want to keep it that way.
Exactly. By the time we get there.
Oh, we saw Brian Benstock posted his ASOTU CON billboard. We laid it in on the Ed Sullivan Theater. We thought it was really appropriate. If you haven't seen it on LinkedIn and Facebook, you're going to see these, you know, this person's going to ASOTU CON billboards all over. Listen, it's May 14th through 17th. Just south of Baltimore. You can fly into BWI, be at the venue in less than 10 minutes. It is packed. And you posted a thing about a fever pitch last week. Right. And
yeah, I looked up the definition. I was like, that's exactly what it is.
It does.
Everybody's talking about it. The energy is nuts.
Yep.
I'm super excited to see what's in store around the event this week. Like, I feel like every single week there's a new thing that pops up.
Yep.
That it's like, oh, we should definitely do that. Yeah,
absolutely.
Great.
No, it's filling out. We're going to have a really killer swag store this year. We had one last year. We're going to up it just a little bit. We got some new premium t-shirts coming in with the Love People More Than You Love Cars. It's the nicest cotton. I've been working hard in the off season to find just the right cotton because I'm picky like that. We're going to have I am.
That's Paul's off-season work. He's like,
there's a whole YouTube series about it. I travel the world looking for cotton. It's amazing. No,
sniffing it, rubbing it on his
Love People More Than You Love Cotton. It's a whole thing in
He's got
South
a baby
America.
prepared just to rub it on its butt to make sure it doesn't scratch it, right?
Just too much. But if you haven't joined us, we have so many industry leaders and innovators across dealers, tons of dealers that are on this top 100 used car dealers list. We'll read those in a second, but we hope you can join us. Go to ASOTUCON.com, grab your tickets, make sure you join us. You still got 2 weeks. It's only Baltimore. You can get there. All right, what else are we talking about? Probably some news.
If you haven't checked out the Auto Collabs podcast, you're doing yourselves not a favor. You should do yourself the favor of checking out Auto Collabs anywhere where you can get your podcasts, because the conversations recently have been so good.
Nathan, throw some of these up. I see you have them teed up. Throw some of these graphics up. Nick Askew of Space Auto. That was one of the most fun conversations. Keep flipping through. Let's talk about who we have recently. Boy, she just melted our faces when she came on.
Full throttle on that one. It was nuts.
Absolutely. Yeah. Also, I want to make sure shirts made with Kyle and Paul's beards coming soon. Oh, Brian Ortega. That is too funny. That's gross too. It's also very gross.
Disgusting.
Also, I'd be remiss if I didn't mention our presenting co-collaborating sponsors, Reynolds and Gubagoo, who have made ASOTU CON just be able to be at that next level by partnering with us. Thank you so much for doing that. Make sure you check them out. I hope you get to meet Greg Euland while you're there, because he's their CMO of Reynolds, and he is just an amazing person. He's going to be one of the judges on Pitch Tank, and he understands the heart of the industry as good as anyone. I'll just leave it there. Also, thank you so much to our other collaborators. We have so many. We're going to start mentioning them, dropping them, but they're all going to be part of the family. If you still want to be a part of it as a collaborator, sponsor, we still have a few things left. So just DM us or just email crew@asotu.com and we can find something that's still a good fit for you so you can be part of the fun. All right, it's news time for real this time. All right. Following the top 150 dealer list release 2 weeks ago, Automotive News has now released their list of the top 100 used car dealer groups. The top 100 used collectively sold, get this, 3.2 million used vehicles. That's a lot of appraisals to get those trades. In 2023, marking slight growth, but not a lot. 0.1% over the previous year. So a little bit more. Here are the top 10. Some of these, no real surprise. Lithia, I'm going to read them in order. Lithia, AutoNation, Penske, Group 1, Sonic coming in at number 5, Asbury, Hendrick, so now in the non-publics, Hendrick Automotive Group, Morgan Automotive Group, they've been on the hunt, Ken Garff, and NR, I don't know, NR Hudson Automotive Group. Do you know who that is?
It's just Hudson. Yeah, I mean, everybody knows it as Hudson.
That's just the official name, right? So the top 10 of this list accounted for 51.3% of total sales. So obviously, they're getting it done. Acquisitions and expansions, a big part of why the groups moved on the list. Not surprisingly, Lithia is still number one with 325,764 used vehicles. Some groups like the Morgado Auto Group saw a dramatic rise in their rankings. They just came on the scene, actually, while others like Baxter Group faced some declines, right? So maybe they're not on the hunt. Here's my favorite part of this whole story.
This is what's great. Yes.
Here's the list of the dealer groups represented on this top 100 who are going to be at ASOTU CON. Lithia, AutoNation, Group 1, Walzer, Ziegler, Oarsman, Rohrman, McGovern, Fox Motors, Number 1 Cochran, Pohanka, Germain, DG, Carter Myers, and Sam Pack.
All gonna be there.
Now, if you're like, I don't know if there are going to be any dealers there. Well,
some big ones.
15 of the top 100 used car dealers in the country are going to be there.
The notes here, what blows my mind, one, is that these top 100 dealers are super interested in continuing to learn and continuing to give back to the industry. So there's like a desire to speak into the industry and also learn about how to get better. And so they send their people to events like this. The other thing, what's crazy is that 10 groups account for 51% of the overall 100 groups total sales. The other crazy thing is that and I don't know what the stat is this year, but a couple years back did some calculations, and of the top 100 groups, they account for like something like 30-something% of the overall retail industry's used car sales. So like
100 out of 16,000.
Yeah, exactly. So yeah, there's a lot of used cars and knowledge in these groups. Kudos to those that are in the pack.
I think you nailed it though. As far as like the reason they're in that group is because they keep coming to events, keep sharing insights with one another. And one of our favorites, Liza Myers-Borches, you know her because her quote's on all of our shirts. Love people more than you love cars. So good to see her in the top 100 and the fact she's going to be at ASOTU CON with probably 6 of her staff.
Yes.
There's someone who understands how to invest in training.
That's how you know.
That's how you know. I wish I had a segue so bad because we need this. We need the stop energy right now. Either way, Tesla and China's largest search engine and map provider Baidu have sealed a deal enabling Tesla's full self-driving system to now operate in China, leveraging Baidu's crucial mapping licenses for navigation on Chinese roads. So there's a little bit of data to be gained here. Baidu will provide Tesla with mapping license essential for operation of FSD on all public roads in China, enhancing their capabilities. And obviously, they're speeding up their learning curve. It allows Tesla now to collect road data in China. It not only allows them to collect road data, but also clears a lot of regulatory hurdles that have been in place, stopping Tesla from being able to develop the tech on Chinese roads. It remains still unclear whether or not the data collected will be owned by Tesla or Baidu. I think I have an idea of what that's going to be. It does coincide with CEO Elon Musk's recent trip to China, where he met with Premier Li Qiang to discuss further approvals needed for rollout, data transfer protocols, etc. Elon Musk says the partnership is a cornerstone for deploying our advanced FSD technology in China and stressed how important this is to the overall development of the technology in general.
Well, just pairing this with the fact that I saw a couple articles this weekend highlighting BYD's opportunity to take over Tesla as a world leader in the market of EVs. This is extremely important for Tesla because their leading technology that's driving a lot of their stock value right now is this opportunity at FSD. And so if that wasn't possible in China, one of the largest EV markets, that would be a real struggle for them as far as market competitiveness, and with BYD kind of breathing down their neck. So this is a massive move for them. I also think just when you think about EV adoption, and if FSD can now be developed, implemented, tested in environments where you have a lot more EV adoption, that's going to be good for this technology in other countries like the US that maybe are a little bit behind in EV adoption.
You know, over the weekend, Brian Benstock sent me, I think it was a YouTube, no, it was an Instagram reel. And it was about some Wall Street analysts talking about how Tesla could potentially go under, you know, just talking about the trade. He's just saying like, it's not out of the ordinary to see how this is happening. However, they never, I don't know why this is. They only talk about the car sales. Like, I don't get it.
I know.
I don't get
it. And they're like, Tesla is like positioning to be the energy provider of the US, basically.
Yeah.
Why is it only on
the center
car
of
sales?
Uber, and build humanoid robots and deploy them in factories. You know, it's just, it's only the
charging
car
network. They're licensing their charger. I was talking to someone this weekend that they basically, a massive point of their revenue stream is carbon offset credits from other auto manufacturers, right? Like they don't have a problem. That's my thought.
They can sell other things.
Yeah.
But, you know, they kind of do need FSD to work, especially if you're going to have a robo-taxi.
That's true.
It's kind of a point. Speaking of things that are true, got some great data insights here from our friends at Experian.
Hey, so Experian has released their Q4 2023 electric vehicles year in review. They pulled out a couple surprising insights, maybe that may make a little bit more sense of the EV landscape. So here you go. Electric vehicle registrations have continued to climb, representing 8% of all new retail individual transactions in 2023, up from 6% in the previous year. So like,
it's a 33% improvement.
Yeah. Is there any industry that'd be like, nah, 33%, we're good?
It's going away. Right.
The Tesla Model Y and Model 3 lead the pack still in EV sales, dominating the market with substantial shares of 36.8% and 19.6% respectively. The top three makes in 2022 were Tesla, Ford, and Chevy. In 2023, it was Tesla, Chevy, and here's the sleeper, Hyundai coming in strong.
This crushed me. I was like, wait, Ford's not in the top three? Because I feel like we hear the most from them.
Right.
Well, when it comes, I mean, Hyundai,
Jim Farley wants to be Elon Musk, so you know.
But I mean, Chevy beating Ford, that's gotta be a stinger.
That hurts, yeah. Here's the super surprising one, Paul. I don't know. This is the really surprising one.
Drum roll.
Leading the EV registrations for cities is
South Dakota, Oklahoma,
and Boise, Idaho. Right. No, actually, it's Los Angeles and New York and San Francisco. Reflecting a strong urban adoption of electric vehicles. Smaller markets like El Paso.
Let's go. Represent
Boise show impressive year-over-year growth in EV registrations, signaling expanding interest even across the country. The other super surprising one, the primary buyers of the EVs have been millennials and Gen X because they are increasingly aware, obviously, of the tech. The total number of new retail individual registrations did drop from 12.3 million in 2022 to 11.8 million in 2023. So just means that there is a more competitive or saturated market. Additionally, just, you know, the overall SAR of the industry 2022 to 2023 changed, which is why you see an increase in market share, but a decrease in overall retail units.
It's fun to watch this adoption curve. Without a doubt, like I'm considering an EV for my next car when I get out of the Land Cruiser. Like I just evaluating my driving habits, and I'm like, man, I think it's good for me, especially because we talk so much about it, to maybe get one.
I've thought about it too. Same.
You know, and it's like So we'll save that for another point.
I drive like 6,000 miles every 18 months, so I'd probably be good in one.
But in a survey of one person who, when we renovated this building and put a studio, we put an EV charger, it's literally 15 feet from where I'm standing at my desk. So I can watch it all day. I watch people come up to it. In the beginning, it was just people circling it, looking at it. Like it was like a scene out of like what's that movie where the monkeys take over? Planet of the Apes?
Planet of the Apes, yeah.
Where people just kind of circle it and like bang on a little bit, sniff it. Like, what is this thing? But now, I'll tell you what, like there's a Chevy Bolt parked and it was here when I got here this morning. And
ready to go.
Now all day I'm watching people use this more and more. And it's not just Teslas, it's Fords, it's Chevys, it's Hyundais. I see a couple
just
Jeeps.
in that timeline.
Jeeps.
You've been in there, what, a year and a half, I think, right?
We've been in the building 2 years.
2 years.
But
Just
really,
over
no
2
one
years,
even touched it for this first 6 months.
It's wild.
But yeah, but now there's, you know, I wish it made money, but it doesn't.
Struggle.
I was joking. Last year, like the bill to be a part of like the charge point network or whatever one we are was actually more than the revenue generator.
Oh, no.
Like, you're welcome. Doing my little part to tell consumers what they should buy, I guess.
There you go. Good job, Paul. I'm
Thanks.
proud of you.
Thanks. I know. We know you all have a lot of work to do. Hopefully we gave you something to think about, talk about. We gave you a website to go to, ASOTUCON.com, but tell your friends, check out LinkedIn, give it a little love. We're giving you love back. We'll see you tomorrow.